So a woman called me. She said, I'm 50 years old. I have 3 degrees. I'm a very successful entrepreneur, CEO, and I want you to know, Dennis, I deeply regret that I followed the feminist advice at college, because when I come home after a successful day at work to an empty home, no husband, no children, no family, it's not.
Black women, first of all, black women can't just exist and have people to just treat us well and to just give us things. So
That's you guys' fault. Whose fault is that?
We have to work.
No.
It's the society's fault.
Whose fault is that?
It's the society's fault.
No, it's black women's fault. You guys are fat, loud, rude, stereotyptic. The average. Hold on. Let me go through this. Black women, average weight about 187 pounds. Okay.
Wow.
Least married, most divorced. Also, on top of that, they did a study and they found that black women get the least good reviews when it comes to customer service.
Why do you think
when they
that
polled,
is?
Hold on, when they polled the people that called into these customer service lines, what did they say? We don't want to talk to a black woman. So look, man, you guys fucked it up for yourselves.
I don't agree.
I agree.
I think that society has created a system. I think the society has created a system that has caused certain things to happen within culture.
Society force you guys to eat fucking grits all day? Society force you guys to be loud and obnoxious?
Be a victim of society.
Listen.
Like the society force you to be rude and rambunctious? Did society force you guys to be sluts? Did society force you guys to divorce men at higher rates?
Okay.
Did society force you guys to have kids out of wedlock?
Here's the thing.
What is this? Gotcha, bitch!
I am looking for a sugar daddy with a boat. I repeat, a sugar daddy with a boat.
I identify as a whore. My pronouns are sugar daddy, and my love language is money.
I work 3 jobs, and dudes are DMing me like, you're beautiful. I don't give a fuck.
I need some money, cheap ass. The fuck am I gonna do with $1 tip? What's not clicking, Karen? Cash at me right now. Hurry up.
You trying to shoot your shot with me? Fly me out. Do not shoot your shot in my inbox. You think I look cute in New York? Imagine how cute I would look in Puerto Rico. You think I look cute in Buffalo? Imagine how cute I would look in Aruba. Fly me out. Stop playing with me.
You really not gonna sign a prenup?
No, I'm not signing no prenup. What you got is what I got.
Okay, but I don't understand, why would you not want to sign? Basically, our love is real.
Your money is my money. Simple as that.
Okay, why are we going straight to the money? It don't have any. All I'm doing is my lawyers are telling me that I have to protect myself, and it's not from you, but it's just
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Everything that you bring in the house, is mine too.
Nah, because I mean, what did you come with? What did you come with that you deserve to think you just don't like? Like, this is for our own protection. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what you say. It's my money too. Simple as that.
But see, the lawyer said that's what you was gonna do though. They were saying you was not.
No, he didn't.
So what's the point of you not signing the prenup?
The money that you bring home is mine too. Simple as that. End the conversation.
That's crazy. So I guess there ain't gonna be no wedding then.
Whatever. It's gonna be a wedding.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies.
Why are all these strong and independent women demanding money? Thought they don't need no man, boss bitches, CEOs, entrepreneurs, hear them roar, we run the world Beyonce powerful queens. If they're so successful, then why do they need money? There are men who ask for money and they're called beggars, but if they have the gift gab or can build a following through their charisma, they're called hustlers, motivational speakers, modern-day preachers, and politicians. The key difference is that the men gotta learn some shit. They can't put on lipstick or show some cleavage. They have to make other people feel good, inspired, and empowered. There's also entrepreneurs who ask for money so they can provide a new or better product or service to the marketplace. But that has strings attached as the investors expect their money back and then some. Let's look at the first clip with the black model.
I work 3 jobs, and dudes are DMing me like, you're beautiful. I don't give a fuck.
That's the real her coming out like a demon, because there's a reason why, despite looking like a supermodel, this thought is single and asking for money. In the description, she wrote, "Send a racks boo, hashtag hustle culture, workaholic, black girl TikTok, for you page, girl boss adventures. This is a cry for help. Help me. Dating in your 20s.
I work 3 jobs, and dudes are DMing me like, you're beautiful. I don't give a fuck.
That ain't got shit to do with me. You still look good though. I don't even want to pay my own fucking bills. This mindset has always been crazy to me. Like, y'all ain't never see those posts on Facebook where bitches be like, my bills come up to $3,000 a month and I pay all that shit by myself. I'm not interested in dating. What the fuck do your bills got to do with dating? Oh, you mean you got bills like the rest of us? You mean you're an adult? A guy tried to hit on me at the gas station and didn't even offer to pump my gas or pay for it. No, you broke bitch. I just wanted to tell you that you look good. I'm not doing all that. This girl said she was getting her hair done. A guy texted her that she'd been talking to, asked to take her out on a date. She said no because when she mentioned to him that she was getting her hair done, he never offered to get her hair done. And she was like, why the fuck would I pay $350 to get my hair done just to look across from you at Longhorn, wherever he has to take or whatever. Get the fuck out of here. So he gonna pay $350 to get your hair done just to what? To look at your face? No, but your face not worth $350. Fellas, listen to me. If you have to do any of that shit, she don't really like you. She do not really like you. Just save yourself the time.
She claims to work 3 jobs, but if she really did, she's a moron for wasting her beauty, as someone with her looks can easily marry a handsome, high-value male and not a hairy, fat sugar daddy. Essentially, if she stayed a virgin, she could have actually married the man of her dreams at 18, but instead, she gave that up to be a single boss bitch and work 3 jobs. Do you really think she's working 3 legit jobs, or is she quote-unquote working as an OF model, bottle girl, and some other thought job that just requires her to show up and look pretty? A thought commenter said, I remember I ghosted a dude cause he said I probably shouldn't work so hard but wasn't offering funds. And the woman in the vid replied, like I literally have to. That man that made a comment could have been a great guy that was going to suggest a relationship or even marriage. But because he wanted an actual commitment for his resources, and there are plenty of simps paying her for existing, she'll block and ghost any man that'll make her a better woman. In 10 years, both are going to say, where have all the good men gone? A delusional woman commented, if you ain't providing solutions to the equations, don't talk to me. Anyone calling herself princess is looking for a serf to slave away, and a memo to all of these delusional females calling themselves queens, duchess, princess. Only an actual king can make you one of these titles, and to hold these titles you actually have to own land. Another thought said, yes, asking, did you eat today? Are you feeding me or paying for a meal? Then why are you asking? And the IG model in the video responded, I don't care, I ate 3 meals. If a dude asks me, did I eat today? I'm gonna say no and he better send $100 for lunch. These women admit to scamming men on the internet. Once that beauty fades, they'll be the same ones claiming men are no good and aren't trustworthy.
I need some money, cheap ass. The fuck am I gonna do with $1 tip? What's not clicking, Karen? Cash at me right now. Hurry up.
She should be thankful she got $1 tip, because with that attitude, she should have gotten nothing. It's a miracle her ghetto ratchet ass was hired in the first place, when one of her cousins from south of the border would work for half of her minimum wage with a smile on his or her face. When people don't tip or leave pocket change for a tip, it's mostly because the service was horrible. Does anyone think this ratchet was sweet and knowledgeable about the food served? She's lucky that Karen didn't ask for the manager and complain about the service. And obviously, the comment section is full of tone-deaf women who see nothing wrong with this hood rat server's attitude. Not tipping is embarrassing, just order to go then. It's always the ones that don't tip that ask for the most. Red flags. Sounds like thoughts on the internet asking for the most money but barely give anything in return. That fact, people are really out here on this video publicly admitting they don't tip their servers. Secondhand embarrassment for y'all. There's no law that requires tipping, and all of these women are acting like this server never made this Karen wait a minute. Tipping is another form of entitlement women expect. Yet, if a man buys them dinner, they're the first ones to point out that the man isn't entitled to sex. Women are actually the ones who are bad tippers because first, they actually pay for their own meal is a miracle unto itself. Second, it's the simp men trying to impress these waiters giving them a $100 bill or basic service. That's making this chicks entitled. Thirdly, men are more likely to have worked minimum wage jobs, so they're more sympathetic than women who wake up and spread their legs and find a simp to pay her bills. It's called Get a Job, since women now are strong and independent. The hashtags she used in the video are hashtag FYP, For You, Relatable, and Cash App Me. Who do you think she's demanding to fuel her drug habit? Not women, because they don't care about another bitch. Men, that's why on cue she has the tears. And some simp will cash app her only to be blocked or ignored shortly after when he tries to talk to her after the money is sent in the DMs. If a woman uses drugs and doesn't grow her own Mary J, don't commit to her, because not only will she use your money to get high and or use your supply, but she'll have the munchies and eat everything in your fridge. Also, once she hits 30, her genetics will give up and she'll get fat from her gluttony lifestyle. Top commenter said, just reached for mine after reading this. Not sure if it's a guy or girl, but kind of funny they're flexing on the druggie in the video. A chick commented, same, it's been 5 days and I'm struggling. The addiction is real and this includes vaping as well, but your wallet will suffer. No, literally 2 days sober, I can't do it. The rest of the comments are similar to this. Remember, never once did the druggie in the video say please, and if a woman never says please, she'll view your generosity as a pay toll to interact with her.
I need some money. What am I supposed to do with $1,000? What's not clicking, Mustafa? Cash at me right now. Ibsura.
This looks like a skit, but there's always some truth to comedy. At least she's not showing off her body, which is frowned upon in the Middle East to say the least. The toxic anti-culture of TikTok and the rich oil money that princes inherited have ruined these traditional women. Imagine living in a country where there are hundreds of men from the ruling family throwing stacks at women to any woman they desire just to hang out. One thought commented, changing my Tinder location to Dubai. Any chick that goes to Dubai is suspect and should never be committed to because there's a video of her getting shat on somewhere. Sis, no. Have his card stored in the Apple Pay on your phone. These so-called independent women are sure experts at finding ways to get other people's money. A thought asks, how do I obtain this kind of power? And someone replies, marry a Muslim Arab. These modern women in the comments don't realize that being a Muslim's wife doesn't mean they can have girls' nights out or screw Muhammad on the side. They have to be at least faithful. Although it's expected for the Muslim man to financially support his wife, it's a benefit of being a wife not having some level of power like this commenter thinks. Just because they're married to a pushover rich kid doesn't mean the government is going to allow them to do anything they want. One American lady was sent to prison for 1 year just for disrespectfully touching a mall cop. Some Muslim countries will lash cheating women with canes.
You trying to shoot your shot with me? Fly me out. Do not shoot your shot in my inbox. You think I look cute in New York? Imagine how cute I would look in Puerto Rico. You think I look cute in Buffalo? Imagine how cute I would look in Aruba. Fly me out. Stop playing with me.
So just to talk to her, you have to fly her out to some tropical destination and she wonders why she's still single. Social media and simps have ruined these women, especially the average looking ones at best, thinking they deserve what runaway models get. Maybe she's trying her luck, like wishing upon a star that some simp will see the video and actually fly her out. Besides, let's say someone takes her on that offer to fly her out. Can she afford to leave her job for a week? Is she going to spend her own money on food and a hotel, or is that part of the renting the below average entitled thought package deal? Not only to fly her out, but pay her rent, hotel, and food just to talk to a rude person? And anyone who's thinking about flying out an IG thought to the Caribbean would get a better investment just flying there themselves and meet a local lady that looks like J-Lo but has none of the attitude.
You really not gonna sign a prenup?
No, I'm not signing no prenup. What you got is what I got.
Okay, but I don't understand why would you not want to sign? Basically, our love is real.
Your money is my money. Simple as that.
Okay, why are we going straight to the money? It don't have any. All I'm doing is my lawyers are telling me that I have to protect myself, and it's not from you, but it's just
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Everything that you bring in the house, is mine too.
Nah, cause I mean, what did you come with? What did you come with that you deserve to think you just don't like? Like, this is for our own protection. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what you say. It's my money too. Simple as that.
But see, the lawyer said that's what you was gonna do though. They were saying you was not.
No, he didn't.
So what's the point of you not signing the prenup?
The money that you bring home is mine too. Simple as that. End of conversation.
That's crazy. So I guess there ain't gonna be no wedding then.
Whatever. It's gonna be a wedding.
It's going to be a wedding with someone else or a wedding with herself. Sharing an account with the spouse has bankrupted many men before even getting the divorce. She's gonna get used to a lavish lifestyle, and the man will probably have to work at least 6 days a week plus overtime to keep up. So if there's no divorce, he'll wish for a divorce. This is the perfect disqualifier for marriage if she demands that your money is hers too. Top commenter said, no prenup, no wedding. More like no wedding period. It should have not come to giving her an overpriced ring. If she refuses to sign a prenup, her intentions are visible. Never take them past the fiancé phase. If you're thinking about a prenup in the first place, don't get married to her. Besides, prenups are thrown out all the time, so legally protect your assets in a trust, as it's impossible for a judge to order you to pay anything you don't have control of, except the money in your pocket. A red-pilled, aware man said she's working on a 5-year plan, 2 kids, and take as much as she can and leave. It's the modern-day heist that's backed by the armed government.
Not one guy offered to help me load this, but a woman in a dress did.
We can't necessarily have it both ways. We can't try to be like super feminists and tear down men and say that there's no gentleman left, and then expect a gentleman to just pop up out of nowhere and help us. And another thing is that, like, if you want help from a man, or like if you're doing something difficult like that, like, yeah, like that's like plywood or whatever, that stuff can get heavy. And if you're having a difficult time, I'm sure there's men in the Home Depot parking lot, like everywhere. Every time I go to Home Depot, there's men everywhere. Just ask. You could even ask one of the workers if you don't want to ask a stranger, like that's just around. Ask for help, and you'll probably get it. Just saying, being feminine helps too.
The original TikTok got deleted because the demanding woman in the video couldn't handle criticism. Women claim they're strong and independent until they actually need a man for help. And today, these same women are not asking, but demanding it. Why should a man be expected to help a woman with anything, especially since she'd never help him if he was in need? If she was married or in a committed relationship, she'd get help from the man she's with. One of the top male commenters said, "I will not help women. It's not worth the risk. Now that they have weaponized the hashtag #MeToo movement, it's best we avoid them." Some of these women aren't just demanding a man's help, but also want the man to look like a male stripper, or he's a creep. Chivalry is only for traditional women, who have honor to defend and actually respect men. Not for modern women to use as a free rewards program when they don't feel like being independent.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies.
Oh my god, yes. And a feminist writer, I think it was Clementine Ford, but don't quote me on that, said, "It's funny how the one part of feminism that was readily and gladly accepted by men was yet another thing that benefits them." Go figure.
It wasn't gladly accepted, but expected, since feminists claimed they wanted equality. Dare I say, feminists are held accountable for their own philosophy of so-called equality, and now they complain that men are picking and choosing what they support about feminism, projection. The woman in the original video will use any excuse to not have to pay for anything, like a mythical patriarchy. Is it patriarchy to undermine a traditional marriage where the man is in charge by allowing women to divorce and still get benefits of the man that she's not with at gunpoint? Is it patriarchy that women can destroy a man's life with a false accusation and not get any jail time for lying? Is it patriarchy that a woman can kill her baby in the womb without the father's consent even though half of the child's DNA is the father's? A top commenter who got 15,000 likes said, "They want to go 50-50? Okay, shall we go 50-50 on housework, emotional labor, child rearing, pregnancy? Oh, just the restaurant bill? Most modern career women do want to split the housework 50-50 that's inside the house, while the man is still expected to do just about all the outside work except for gardening, which is a passion more than a chore. In the 1950s, housework was split despite the man going to work because the man did all the outside work, like fix the leak or replace the light bulb. Women will choose to stay at home to rear the child while the man works, but then complains how hard raising a kid is. Another feminist commenter said, or when they say, okay, so I can hit you then. Like, funny thing is that women are usually the first to hit men because they know the laws will be on their side if men retaliate back. Another woman commenter said, I once went on a date with a guy that said he was afraid women would use him for the money he was employed. The woman in the video responded, dodged a bullet. Unemployment is a temporary condition, especially since there aren't thousands of support groups and shelters to support a man in need. Also, these women act like a guy who doesn't want to be used for her resources is in the wrong. Like his money is a given. Unbelievable. Just goes to show women will use the fake narratives of oppression as an excuse to stake claim in a man's resources and use him.
So, here's a fun story about the day I found out I was being grotesquely underpaid. So I used to work in TV and film, and I was working on this TV show pretty early on in my career. One day at work, go around a corner, see one of my fellow production assistants, and she's sitting next to a chair. Not in the chair, next to the chair, and looking very sad. So of course I ask her, what's going on? She looks up, she looks me dead in the eye, and she goes, this chair is getting paid more to be here than either you or I are. That chair was being rented for twice the day rate that I was making. A person, a human being with a 4-year college degree, rent and needing to eat, was making less money than this chair that just existed.
In the video description, this feminist wrote, the struggle was very real, guys. Hashtag my aesthetic, adulting, play with life, equality, pay me. A PA is the lowest position on a film TV job. It's basically an intern position getting coffee for $10 per hour. This is why many companies would rather not hire women, because modern women think it's oppressive, starting at the bottom and working their way to the top. That's why feminists are fighting for more female CEOs but not coal miners. She doesn't show a picture of the chair, which means it could be an antique or a designer chair. If the studio rented a supercar like a Lambo for a shoot, they'd have to pay over $2,000 per day, and that makes more per day than just about anyone else on set. The top comments are two guys making smartass comments. Opens chair rental company. Boom. When I grow up, I'm going to be a chair. That's funny. Another guy destroys her argument. Ha ha ha. You've never worked at an event where the merch is worth more than your labor? I have. Happens all the time. Doesn't mean you're underpaid. Like the guy commenter said, men don't complain about stuff rented costing more than their labor. It's part of life. If they truly underpaid her, the joke's on her for working the job. This is why you shouldn't give these women any money or validation, because their entitlement goes to a god complex. There's a reason why people are warned not to feed the wild animals, because they become menaces to society. And feeding wild animals, just like modern women, will not tame them, because they're for the streets.
I have confusion and I need somebody to help me out with this. I realize the only men who complain about gold diggers and insult gold diggers online are those who are actually broke. Why are you pissed off? We're not even trying to get with you. You'll never be my victim. There is no gold for me to dig.
When your friends ask you to show them the person who'll be paying for our trip.
My sugar daddy sports car is 2 years old, so we decided to trade it in for a newer model, just like he's going to do with me when I turn 30. When we arrived to the Porsche dealership, he had his eyes set on the white car, because it reminded him of my skin before I get a spray tan, all pasty and pale. Though I had my eyes set on the bright orange car to represent the love I have for him until it burns out just like his money. He saw no difference in the colors because he is colorblind, so I went to the car to pout until I got what I wanted. To make up for it, he took me to laser hair removal so I could be a naked mole rat.
I never thought this could happen. Did you put my name in your will? You only gave me 10 million, you tired ass. I think I deserve 20 million after putting up with your back issues. You didn't sign the beach house under my name. You couldn't have a heart attack after. Don't worry, I brought a pen. Here, sign. You're getting buried with a Rolex. That won't do. No, I don't want to go. Thank God this is over.
I'm going to a rave with a sugar daddy I literally met today. He just bought me an outfit from Rave Wonderland, so I'm gonna go put it on. This is the outfit. I did get these little like headband puff things, but I don't know where they went. So cute. Oh my god, he has such a nice Tesla. We're raising canes, he's getting us food. He also paid me like a good amount of money to go to this rave with him. Like, a good amount of money, let's just say a good amount. I'm gonna need to discuss with him what he expects of me right now. I should have done that at the beginning. I'm like a little worried, but like...
Did this man-face thought really think she was getting these things for free? Nothing is free. There's always a cost for something. A farmer doesn't fatten up the pig to keep it as a pet. It'll eventually get slaughtered or sold to get slaughtered. Maybe they act like they don't know on social media to continue the good girl persona they're trying to project to cover their tracks. This whole sugar daddy craze has taken social media like a storm, and feminists renamed this for prostituting, because like with STDs being changed to STIs, it's a way to hide their whoredom. They like to claim they're only going out to dinner, going on vacations, shopping, with these old men, but Viagra wasn't invented for young men. The side effect for Viagra is the possibility of going blind, and so a lot of these old men are already partially blind and are going to die within 5 to 10 years anyways. So, any woman that has been a sugar baby or might be is automatically disqualified for any type of relationship including sex. She has shown that she can and has been bought and is no different from the hooker on the corner of Fremont Street in Vegas. Feminists have fought for a so-called equality and empowerment only to have modern women turn back to various forms of prostitution.
So full disclosure, I had plans with 3 different guys tonight because I was trying to get it in, obviously. I thought 3 was a good number because I knew at least 2 were gonna just flake, not show up, not text me back, you know, like a man. Lo and behold, all 3 are nowhere to be found. Okay? At least with the sugar daddies, I'm paid for my time. The time that I spent cleaning the house, like I was expecting a guest, making it nice, getting myself ready. I'm waxed. I'm beautiful. I smell delicious. Okay? It's their loss entirely. But what I'm saying is do not settle. Why do this for free, girl? Why? Okay? Fuck!
If she was really beautiful, none of those guys would have ghosted on her, as guys rarely pass up free sex. She looks average, and there will always be some simp inflating her ego. But you see her drinking a large glass of wine, despite promoting confidence. This body language is the opposite. To distance from stressors or challenges, she faces like being rejected by 3 men at once. In short, alcohol is a coping mechanism and part of the Cat Lady starter pack, which includes antidepressants. The top-rated comment said, "I love that the men are hating on this and yet all the women are here for it. All the thoughts will be crying about no man wants them once they hit 30 are taking notes." Another thought commented, "Yes, girl, to the men who are upset, did y'all hear why she made plans with 3? Or did you miss that because you were too busy getting heated over a woman?" Only simps are mad at this, and the 3 men are probably Chad and Tyrone types. These women gaslight as if she gave 3 average men shots to screw her. No, she was Chad's 5th backup option. Another modern woman commented, "Dude, I totally thought she was gonna say she just hooked up with all 3, and I was gonna say, yas, girl." That's disgusting. No wonder why those 3 dudes ghosted her. There's probably fresh DNA from all 3 of them, plus the sugar daddies she's with.
Okay, we need to talk, because a lot of people think that the elderly get scammed more than millennials. It's not true. Millennials are actually the main target of scams. I have had many friends send me stuff like this and go, "Rosie, is this real?" If someone you don't know, who doesn't know you, that doesn't have a real profile picture, a real name, is begging to send you $5,000 a week for no reason, it's a scam. If y'all don't start using common sense, I swear to God.
Don DeMarco.
Haha, Don DeMarco to the scamming scammers. I mean, modern women. These have to work on these dumb bitches, otherwise no one would do it. These modern women who so badly want men's money for nothing will jump on anything looking like a simp or sugar daddy, like flies on shit. Yeah, the same self-proclaimed independent women who are boss queens, CEOs, entrepreneurs, spend a lot of time giving advice on how to get sugar daddies instead of SEO or ROI tips. And the comment sections are full of thoughts who got duped. Damn, I thought I just had it like that. Just had this happen to me. And of course, some e-thought is begging someone to send her money. Someone send me monies. Like Kevin Samuels once said, you can't make this shit up.
I am the worst sugar baby a sugar daddy could ever ask for because I only come with salt and black pepper. So I finally landed me a sugar daddy. It was on accident too. I was going to the airport. I was taking my friend to the airport. You know, I met this guy on Seeking. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, I didn't want to talk to nobody. But he reached out to me and he was like, you ain't got to do nothing, blah, blah, blah. I said, cool. And he lived in South Carolina. I was going to add a photo of him, but his suit was so ill-fitting and he's so embarrassing that I could not embarrass myself like that. Plus, he probably one of y'all sugar daddy, and y'all not about to go snitch on me because he got money. He not about to sue me. So, listen, I was like, yeah, I'm taking my friend to the airport in Charlotte. So, when I drop her off, I can meet you for dinner, whatever. So, I get there, right? Again, because I come with salt, no sugar. In my tank, I have none. Salt. I get there, this man is in his ill-fitting suit. I mean, terrible looking. Like, I was so embarrassed to be with him. Like, no one there knew me, but I was like, gross. Like, I'm young. And this was just last year. I'm young. You could tell that he's not. And so, we were sitting down, we're eating, and he keep doing this weird thing, like, and I was like, is something wrong with your eye? And then he was like, no, baby. You know, you can just have whatever you want. Blah, blah, fast forward. So, food was disgusting. Nonetheless, I was like, all right, I'm not staying with you. Why he get a 1-bedroom? No, I'm not staying with you. He talking about, I hope you can handle my snore tonight. And I was like, ew, you snore? So I'm coming with everything. And then he was like, yeah, baby, but it'll be all right with you next to me. No, it won't, sir. No, me not do it. So we had to leave that hotel, and then we went to another hotel. Mind you, everybody knows this man, so that was even more embarrassing. And even the black guy at the front desk, he was like, oh yeah, he got money. He just wrote a $14,000 check to somebody. I said, damn. He said, whatever you get to eat, bring me some too. I said, I got you. So I was like letting this dude know I don't really want to be there with this old man. Don't you know, while we're in there eating, he took all of my he took my suitcase and my makeup bag out of the sugar daddy's car because he knew I really didn't want to stay with that man, and he put it in my car because my car was what are those people? They took my car to go park it somewhere, you know, because he paid for that. So I was like, oh, he moved my bags, thank you so much. But then he was like, no need for that. When we got back out the hotel, he was like, oh, where's her bags? And he was like, oh, I put it in her car. I didn't know that you wanted it in hers. You know, he was playing along. And I was like, love it. And then he was like, no, we're going together. And I was like, I was so mad, bro. So anyways, we made it to the next hotel, right? It's a 2-bedroom because I made sure, I was like, I'm not about to do this, baby. I'm not about to do this. I'm only here for the meals. Hold on. I'm running out of time.
This bitch is so ghetto, she doesn't even know what a valet is. The only time she knew about someone taking a car is probably her cousin Daquan, who steals grandma's cars for his crack habit. Now, why would this old man want to be around someone like her? Does she tell good stories? Like she said, she has extra attitude and entitlement, and more wigs and makeup than a clown. Some people like Robert De Niro are attracted to hood rats like her. This might be an extreme version on how American women do men, but don't get it wrong. They have no problem doing it and are pros at it. That's why go Dutch at least the first date. And if that's a deal breaker to these non-virgins, tell them you're not paying for what someone got for free. One of the top commenters said, I was paid $200 to call this lonely man, and I hate talking to people over the phone, so I had my brother pretend to be me. Thoughts get paid for nothing, and they're still too lazy and entitled to do the easy work. Manifest for a sugar best friend. This guy pays my bills, buys me clothes and trips, etc. just because it makes me happy. No segs, just actual fun. These thoughts are lying for sure. Ain't no way an old guy pays them just to be around him. This manifestation is going to summon demons. A commenter asks, "Babe, the initial date is for you to feel him out and discuss an arrangement. You are also supposed to be compensated for your time, FYI. She responded, "That's why I got $500 for just showing up." So she wants us to believe they got a hotel room with separate beds and nothing happened?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
If my husband ever cheated on me, I don't know about it. Because I don't care. I don't look through people's phone. Them bills paid. I got everything I need. All right, then I don't care. I don't think he is. He's home every day. He's home more than I am. I really wouldn't care. I didn't marry him for fidelity. And I think he wonders more if I cheated. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm the prize, remember? I'm like, y'all worried about somebody cheating that ain't the prize. I'm the prize. They need to be worried about if I cheated, or if I'm cheated, if I ever cheated. This way y'all get it backwards. You said, what if James gave me an STD? James don't cheat, just so y'all know. He's home more than I am. If he cheating within an hour or 30 minutes. Yeah, he don't cheat. He's too old. He's too old. He already got the best thing ever. Who he gonna find that look better than me? Okay. But like, to answer your question, I'm the prize, baby. A lot of these guys are saying y'all are going to end up lonely and single, but at least we're not bringing more Dusties into the world. By the way, I'm married and I have 2 daughters, so I didn't bring no Dusties into this world. Thank goodness, because I didn't marry a Dusty. But at the same time, women don't want to bring more dust into the world that you can't even afford to take care of, guys. They don't want to marry a man they got to make excuses for instead of brag on, okay? So I'm sure a woman would rather be single than to sit there and make up excuses for her loser husband or whatever, okay? So don't think that women not marrying is an indication that they're unwanted, because women get proposals all the time. They just have to turn them down because they're dusty proposals, or they're proposal from men who aren't going to meet their standards, okay? So they got to turn down a lot of proposals from dust, okay? And it's easy to turn down proposals from Dusties because all you have to do is close your eyes and imagine your life in 2 years from now. And it's going to be worse than it is right now. So that's why they quickly say no. They say, I can't do this. Nope. And they don't end up marrying, these type of men because they don't want to repeat the poverty cycle or, lower their standards to be with somebody who thinks, living mediocre or in poverty is okay. So no to struggle love. Exactly. You said Walmart promise rings. Exactly. They're saying no to them Walmart rings. They're saying no to struggle love. They're saying no to Dusties. So y'all go marry somebody who need a green card and y'all make the best of it while it lasts.
This dating coach, who's called most men Dusties and broke, is in a sugar daddy relationship that she claims to be a marriage. Modern women take dating and marriage advice from so-called dating gurus who's with a sugar daddy or a simp with a lot of money, and wonder why they haven't met the man of their dreams. That might be why this relationship coach has never shown a pic of her husband. If she was truly proud of him, she'd show pics of him everywhere as proof that she knows what she's doing. But because she said he should be worried if he cheats, lets you know she for sure married down in looks. This fake expert is just a post wall with an attitude. Top rated comment with almost 50,000 likes said, "I didn't marry him for fidelity." And that's why marriage is at an all-time low in America and the West. Another thought said, "I'm the prize. Sprinkle, sprinkle." I guess sprinkle, sprinkle is code word to send money. When you don't care, the thrill goes away and they become faithful. No, if a woman doesn't care if you cheat, she either doesn't think you can or will cheat on her, or she really doesn't care about you and hope you do to justify her cheating. That's a really good test or gauge for the women you're with. See, if she's mate guarding, like makes every single attractive lady know she's with you by grabbing your arm, hugging you, or even kissing you in eyesight of them.
Ooh, okay, so you know how before I said that oh my god, accept coffee things because it's a cute little gesture. You can receive them for places that don't have accounts. Pause. Let me explain. Yesterday, one of my daddies was like, I love your videos so far. They're so cool and they give us a lot of information and it makes me feel like I'm a good daddy because I don't do any of the bad things that you say. However, he did bring to my attention some safety concerns. Here it is. Play. Do not accept Starbucks gift cards from people you don't know well, and here is why. If you receive one, they receive a receipt. A receipt of not only what you ordered, but the location that you used. So let's say your favorite Starbucks location is 2 blocks from your house. Bam, they just got closer to where you live. I didn't know this until last night when my amazing daddy was like, you should probably share this information with your sugar children. So sugar children, heed my warning. Children, heed it. Do not accept Starbucks gift cards from people you don't know, especially if it is a digital receipt, because they can track you, figure out your favorite order, start stalking you, hang out at that Starbucks, and then find you one day, follow you home, and then BAM! I don't need to finish that sentence. So just be careful what you accept from people. I have more tips, and if you want more safety concerns that involve your photos on your phone and sending them to people, you should part 2 this. Okay, bye.
There's a similar trick with an Amazon wishlist. It used to be that if a person buys an item but requests a return, they either see the actual address of the wishlist owner or her address. Bottom line is that it's surprising there hasn't been more missing or murdered thoughts, as this would be a perfect way for serial killers or serial violators to lure women in. Modern women have created a lot of rage from men. It's the gasoline to the potential fire. When most men hear that an OF model meets a subscriber and gets killed, they don't feel sorry for her. She's the one that lies to these sad, lonely men. These women complain about quote-unquote abuse husbands and boyfriends is why they're single yet risk their own life dealing with strangers. But when something happens to these modern women when they meet a sugar daddy, men get blamed collectively instead of the dumb thoughts who are taking that risk, as they say, get the bag. Chick commented, pro tip, you can transfer gift card balances to your regular Starbucks card on the app. I don't think it shows anything specific when you do this. Another commenter said, as a barista myself, please just transfer the funds from the gifted card to your personal one or another one. We don't even question it, to be honest. Smiley face. Apparently, this happens a lot to the #1 thought coffee shop. A thought commented, I'm convinced this is now the only education I need. She doesn't need to take the risk if she found a man she was attracted to have a meaningful relationship with. But the relationship is, why is the government looking the other way on these sugar daddies' so-called relationships when every other profession that sells goods or a service, especially the higher ticket items, are watched closely to make sure most of their customers aren't above 70, as it's considered elderly abuse? If a car lot were to sell a car to a man over 70 with 10-year car loan and the old man passes away before the contract is up, the family can sue to the car company for elderly abuse if they try to go after his assets. Or, if the old man can barely afford the payments and he's on a tight fixed income, the car company can also be sued for elderly abuse. So, this just makes you wonder why these thoughts are so excited to go after these senior citizens. In conclusion, hopefully more families of these older men will sue these gold diggers for elderly abuse, since they have grounds to sue, like they can easily claim their grandfather has dementia or at least can't consent. Pull the feminist can't consent card on them and see how they like it. Hopefully, this has shown you how far gone America is. Having sex with grandpas is now a flex for modern women, and they wonder why more and more men are going MGTOW and passport bros. As they say, if grandpa can hit it, we def not with it.
Oh, they are done. So I have some college sorority friends. They all decided that they would challenge each other and see who could sleep their way through the alphabet first, as in hook up with a guy, beginning with each letter of the alphabet. I mean, seriously, what could go wrong? They just started this challenge 2 months ago. One of the ladies already made it to letter K last night, and then found out today that she is pregnant with a child, bun in the oven. And not with 1, not with 2, but with 3 babies. Well, someone was fertile, and she doesn't know who the dad is. It could be Alex, Ben, Caleb, Darren, or the other 6 guys. But on the bright side, she hooked up with letter K last night. Therefore, Kevin from Arkansas State University, you are not a father, champ. Congratulations, bro! As for the rest of the letters, it's a guessing game. Who's about to be a dad of 3?
Instead of getting a college education, so you know become strong, independent women, these college girls decided to sport fuck as a game. If this doesn't convince you to never get in a long term with a college-educated woman, nothing will. This isn't out of the norm or a one-off incident, because when fatherless women go to college, unsupervised, and they live in a co-ed dorm, they can hook up with a different person every night because their peers are doing the same. And if they join a sorority, what do you think happens at these frat parties with red cups? And if you read the comment section, you'll see no one condemning this type of behavior. Like it's the norm, and it wouldn't bring shame to a family name. Sadly, the kids are going to learn that they were born because of a game and probably get bullied for it. One commenter said, apparently the kids have different dads. That's just gross, that you could stick it in a snatch and come in contact with another man's leftover DNA. What if someone actually went down on her and drank the juice? Another commenter said, gonna need to call Dr. Phil. And that's basically what society has de-evolved to. It's now a one big Jerry Springer show. Finally, someone makes a red pill comment, more like who has to pay for the next 18 years, poor guys. Part of the prank or the sleeping around game is that these women may not be taking birth control or making sure a condom is being used. Basically playing a Russian roulette game of pregnancy. Those guys probably didn't know this and thought they were just having fun in the bedroom. Guarantee they weren't doing this to become a father. And now, at least one of them is going to have to pay child support for 18 years if he wants to see his kid or kids. No wonder why these college thoughts are playing pregnancy games, because either they can terminate the pregnancy or have someone bail them out with child support.
Strong, independent woman? I'm a strong, independent woman. No? Okay, let's try another. Doesn't need a man. I don't need no man.
Oh, okay, I get it.
See, if you have to announce someone, everyone is probably not true because it would speak for itself.
Yeah, here, let me try one.
Okay, women pleaser. I can please my women. Yeah? Yeah.
Hey, this is like my 3rd time trying to film this. So I've been trying to move out of my parents' abusive household, and my plan was to stay with my best friend's parents. And they know that my parents are kind of shitty, and they were gonna help me by taking me in. And they are super Catholic as well, and they just found out that I was gay. And they said I'm not allowed to live there under any circumstances. And I know it's only a matter of minutes before my own parents find out. So, as of May 17th, I have nowhere to go. I have no car, I have no place to live, nothing. So, if you guys could check out the GoFundMe in my bio, I would really appreciate it, so that I can try to get a car. So, I'm not living on the streets. There's not really much else to say. I just need a car to get to work so I can, try to live.
Most of the time, modern women claim abuse when it's about standards they don't like. Like, don't be a whore if you live in a household. And Catholic parents saw what she was and rejected her too. So this strong, independent woman goes to begging for money when she gets kicked out. GoFundMe is supposed to help people who need capital to produce a product that they can sell, or help a poor family raise money for a proper funeral of a loved one who was killed by a drunk driver. Because she mentioned an LGBTQ lifestyle, all of a sudden, that validates her over everything else. Never mind the poor kids who got cancer and/or some other type of condition that's out of their control. This modern woman was probably given a choice, either stop being a degenerate or get out. And of course, she couldn't act normal. And of course, she's going to get supported because she's a woman, and she claimed she's part of a marginalized community, a community that now gets a full month to celebrate them. So the comments are filled with people who want to support her cause. Like one commenter said, "It's going to be okay. Check for LGBTQ shelters." There are probably more LGBTQ shelters by a magnitude of 10 than men's shelters. Had this been a straight white male, how many people in the comment section would have said "man up" or "you're a male who has privilege"? Another person commented, "You can stay with me." Would she be offered a place to stay if she was a man? Another commenter said, I have abusive parents too. I see you. You are valid, and I am here for you. Things get better, and I am sending you my love. Not to say that there aren't parents who shouldn't be parents, but this is typical of today's feminists to call anything that doesn't put up with their BS abusive. And the video worked.
Hi everyone. Hi to like 500,000 people that have liked the video and like 1 million people that have seen it. Hi. My mind is spinning. Forgive me if I can't fit everything in this video or if I sound scattered. I am just completely overwhelmed and in like shock. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys have donated $14,000 in like a day. And that means I can get a car. So like I'm not possibly gonna live on the streets and like die. I'm so beyond grateful, but it's not coming out right, but like thank you. Every single one of you has helped save my life.
$14,000 was given to her in one day. For someone who probably isn't going to cure cancer or do any other impactful thing in life, but be an influencer. She'll probably still claim life is easy for a man and that she's oppressed by the patriarchy and so on. And her claiming she'd live in the streets is BS. There are women's shelters everywhere. Whenever you see a woman actually on the streets, it's because she's doing a massive amount of drugs to the point she doesn't know where she's at. The top comment says, "We're so proud of you for being brave enough to leave an abusive household. Leaving is the hardest part, but we are here to support you through." Brave for what? If she lived on her own in the streets like a survivor man, then she'd be brave. Leaving is not that hard when you have thousands in cash in your pocket. The average rent for a small studio is probably around $600. That for a year is half of the money she raised, and she can easily buy a decent used car for a couple of grand. Another commenter said, "14K is a good car and an apartment. Yay, defeats the purpose of being brave." As there are plenty of boys who live on the streets and find a way to move up the economic ladder by themselves through hard work and determination. One commenter who dated said, "I hope my $100 helped you, are so strong, and just keep pushing. Life does get better. It did for me." What type of standards does our gynocentric society have for women who claim they're strong and independent, but whenever they're in a jam, they bring out the waterworks and beg for help and still are hailed strong?
What's the biggest state in the U.S.?
Texas.
No, Alaska. How many presidents have there been in the U.S.?
32?
What's the biggest country in Europe?
Asia?
It's Russia!
Fuck.
How many continents are there?
7.
Yay! Who is the 60th president?
60th? There wasn't 60th.
Ooh! That one. What country is Tokyo in?
Italy? France?
No!
Japan!
Japan! Where does the Pope live?
The church? What?
Like where? Yeah. In the Vatican. Who bombed us at Pearl Harbor?
USA?
She is lucky that she is not ugly. This was funny, but not necessarily false. Yeah, sure, she doesn't have clown paint all over her face. At least she looks like she's wearing no makeup to me, and if she is, it's very minimal, and no tattoos, or piercings, and she has normal nails too. This all gives her some extra points, but she's not a model, to say the least. If men are going their own way, most definitely, no one is going to commit to an average-looking gal like her with an IQ of the room temperature. Someone states the obvious. I don't know how they're laughing when she gets it wrong. It's not funny, it's embarrassing. It was funny, but yes, there are kids from third world countries who grew up on dirt floors and don't have the internet, who can answer more questions correctly than her. Another person states, so they don't teach geography in American schools, good to know. They don't teach much of anything in schools now, besides how to put on condoms. Another commenter said, a kid in my class didn't even know where Africa was. If these women didn't have the welfare state, child support, simps, and alimony, not sure they'd survive past 40. She is lucky that she is not ugly. This was funny, but not necessarily false. Yeah, sure, she doesn't have clown paint all over her face. At least she looks like she's wearing no makeup to me, and if she is, it's very minimal, and no tattoos, or piercings, and she has normal nails too. This all gives her some extra points, but she's not a model, to say the least. If men are going their own way, most definitely, no one is going to commit to an average-looking gal like her with an IQ of the room temperature. Someone states the obvious. I don't know how they're laughing when she gets it wrong. It's not funny, it's embarrassing. It was funny, but yes, there are kids from third world countries who grew up on dirt floors and don't have the internet who can answer more questions correctly than her. Another person states, so they don't teach geography in American schools, good to know. They don't teach much of anything in schools now, besides how to put on condoms. Another commenter said, a kid in my class didn't even know where Africa was. If these women didn't have the welfare state, child support, simps, and alimony, not sure they'd survive past 40.
Oh, that's not gonna, honey, that's not gonna reach.
Oh, what is she doing? No, she's not.
No.
No, she said it on.
Why is she so afraid to get so close?
Okay, here we go. She got it. She got it on the right side this time. Oh my gosh. Okay, stop.
For those saying this can't be real, I have worked at a gas station. People do this more than you would think. To think there are more people out there like her is scary, especially if they're driving on a freeway. Another person stated, I refuse to believe that this is real. According to another person, most normal gas pumping in Ohio. This is normal in the state of Ohio. No wonder why people hate living there. Another person said, she was about to move the petrol station closer to her car. The worst part about that is that she drove there and will drive away. And yeah, you wonder how did this lady get a driver's license in the first place if she can't do a basic fill up the gas tank? Was someone at the DMV bribed? No. I understand why some instructions have to be on the packaging. There's also a ton of warning labels on products probably for people like her as well. Maybe she rode the short bus all her life, and because of her looks, a rich man married her.
I got an ice cream cone stuck in my mouth.
I bet she has had a lot of practice having things stuck in her mouth. Maybe she should try biting down? The nose ring says it all. That's the feminist piecing, ironically because cows have the nose ring so they can be controlled. At least she has a built-in alarm for the next thing that gets stuck in her mouth. Common sense isn't so common with feminists.
What the fuck? What the fuck did you do? Ashley, what the fuck did you do? We have to turn off.
Do you know how to call dad? Call dad now.
I'm serious. I don't know what you do to my head.
The first thing she thinks about is her dad helping her. But wait, thought she's independent. Thought the patriarchy was keeping her down. Also, doesn't she realize that the water spill is over an outlet and she can get electrocuted to death? A woman commenter pointed out, the call dad is so real lol. And yeah, for a lot of these thoughts, who at least have a dad, when being strong and independent doesn't work out, he can always save the day. If dads really want to help their daughters, after they turn 18, and if they decide to live on their own, the next time they ask for help, he should tell them to get a man. It just shows that women want the benefits of a marriage or long terms without actually having the commitment. Another comment, the cord's plugged in. And she responded, dude, I know, I didn't even notice them. But the question is, what was she doing? Was she trying to hang out a picture and didn't know to find a stud? Because that's where you're supposed to hammer a nail into, especially if it would be load-bearing, not in the middle of a drywall. And instead of helping her, her sister decided to record her for a TikTok video. Like she was very close to dying, and all her sister could think about in this emergency is getting some clout on the internet. There's a chair for a reason, and instead of working out the ass, maybe run on the treadmill? What's the most surprising is that after she fell and almost cracked her head on the metal, she went back and did the exercise wrong again, like she has the memory of a goldfish, which is 5 seconds. Modern women today, who now can do just about anything with this life, like become a scientist or pilots, are resorting back to trying to thirst trap men. Top comment says, "Why do people go to the gym and not use the equipment correctly?" It literally tells you on the sticker how to use it. For those who don't know, just about all machines have stickers with pictures on how to use them correctly. If the machine was broken, there'd be a sign or something, and it was working fine, but you were using it wrong. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. I promise. The woman in the video claimed the machine was broken. That's her excuse for using it wrong.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.
Thanks for watching, brothers. Remember, stay focused, stay free, and keep walking your own path. If you found value in this video, drop a like, share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on self-mastery and independence. Until next time, walk tall, stay true.